While it would require specific information to provide an exact reasoning, generally, a stock like KR may surge significantly due to several potential factors. These might include a stronger-than-expected earnings report, a positive revision in future earnings estimates, launch of a new product or service, or a significant contract win. A bullish analyst report could also drive up the stock prices. Market-wide factors, such as a rally in the stock market or positive economic indicators, could also create a favorable environment for a stock's uptick. Perhaps the company made an encouraging announcement which led the investors to believe in the company's potential to generate profit in the future, hence leading to increased buying pressure. It's also possible that some large institutional investor has taken a position in the stock, elevating its price. There might be several reasons for the 7.46% increase in the stock BLDR. The most probable cause could be due to a positive earnings report or the announcement of a favorable corporate action, such as a stock buyback or a high dividend payout, which tend to boost investor confidence in the company. It could also be a reaction to positive news related to the company's industry or a new product or service launch that is expected to enhance the company's future profitability. Market-wide trends might have played a role as well, such as increased demand for builders amid a real estate boom. Other factors can include positive adjustments in analysts' ratings or target prices, which can prompt a rush of buying activity. The surge in KMX stock most likely was driven by a combination of factors, including stronger-than-expected earnings results, positive analyst coverage, and broader market trends. It's common for stocks to rise when companies report earnings that beat Wall Street's expectations, as this is a positive signal about the company's financial health and future prospects. Equally, favorable coverage from financial analysts can boost a stock's profile among investors and trigger buying activity. Finally, broader market trends including sector rotation, risk appetite, and macroeconomic conditions can lift certain stocks. For instance, if KMX is in a sector that's currently favored by investors due to prevailing economic conditions, this could explain the share's strong performance. Overall, while it's hard to pinpoint a single reason, the increase in KMX stock is likely due to a favorable mix of corporate, industry, and market factors. The rise in the stock coin by 4.43% today could primarily be the result of several factors. This could include stronger-than-expected earnings or revenue reported by the company, a positive change in the company's outlook, or new promising developments within the company that could lead to future growth. The movement could also be tied to overall market trends. For instance, if the technology sector or the broader market had a robust day, individual stocks within these categories might see a favorable domino effect. Furthermore, if the company is in the cryptocurrency sector, favorable regulatory news or a rise in the prices of cryptocurrencies could boost the stock. Another possible reason could be due to favorable analyst upgrades or positive coverage that raises investor confidence in the stock. Investor behavior is heavily influenced by market sentiment, which can shift due to changes in macroeconomic factors or shifts in industry trends, further driving the stock price change. In conclusion, today's price increase in coin is likely a result of a mixture of company-specific, industry, and macroeconomic influences, contributing to improved investor sentiment for the stock. The increase in MDLZ stock is likely due to a variety of factors including positive earnings reports, optimistic future earnings projections, or changes in sector trends favoring the industry in which the company operates. A positive shift in investor sentiment towards the company may also have occurred, possibly driven by recent company news, product launches, acquisitions, or key personnel changes. External market factors such as economic indicators, changes in market regulations, or monetary policy can also influence stock prices. Investors should consider all these factors and continuously evaluate their investment strategy. There could be several reasons for the negative movement in the price of Google stock, given the volatility of the stock market. However, given that there are no direct details provided about specific events affecting Google Inc., the decline might likely be attributable to a broader market trend or negative sentiment affecting the tech sector more broadly, which can sometimes result in sell-offs of even the most robust tech stocks. Other potential reasons could involve recently released earnings reports or operational updates that failed to meet analyst expectations, triggering a reduction in investor confidence. Moreover, investors might be reacting to changes in macroeconomic indicators or regulatory news, which sometimes cause a shift in the investor's risk appetite and subsequently a stock sell-off. Lastly, the algorithmic trading strategies deployed by institutional investors could cause such a movement due to massive asset reallocation or rebalancing in their portfolios, which might be unrelated to the company's performance. In any case, daily stock price fluctuations are common in the stock market, and a single day's decline does not necessarily signal a long-term concern about a company's health or prospect unless it's accompanied by poor financial or operational performance. It is often advisable to consider the trend of a stock price over a more extended period and its correlation with companies' performance metrics. There could be several possible explanations for the drop in ANET stock price. This decline could be a result of the company's recent earnings report, where the results may not have met the expectations of investors. Alternatively, there might have been changes in the general economic outlook, or specifically for the industry in which ANET operates, resulting in a shift in investor sentiment towards the stock. Another possible factor could be a significant sale of the stock by a large institutional investor, leading to an increase in supply and a drop in prices. In some instances, such a decrease could also be driven by changes in regulatory frameworks or emerging competitive threats. However, without more specific information, pinpointing the exact cause is speculative. There could be several reasons why stock ALB experienced a 4.61% decrease today. The decline may be related to disappointing company earnings or revenue reports, negative news or industry trends affecting the company, or potential economic factors such as changes in interest rates, inflation, or general market volatility. Additionally, shifts in investor sentiment or trading patterns can impact a stock's value. It's important to closely monitor the company's business fundamentals and market conditions for a more accurate understanding. While the exact cause of a single day's stock movement can be due to a myriad of factors, the 4.64% decrease in CTSH could most likely be attributed to one of several reasons. This could include negative earnings results or forecasts, downgraded analyst expectations, or broader market pressures that disproportionately affect CTSH's industry. A single day's stock decline can also be linked to a serious corporate event, such as an executive departure, regulatory scrutiny, or unfavorable litigation outcome. Finally, sometimes stocks move on no company-specific news at all, reflecting instead shifts in investor sentiment, market-wide trends, or changes in macroeconomic indicators. Without more specific information, it is impossible to definitively explain CTSH's decline. However, these are common reasons a stock might decrease in value. As an AI, I don't have real-time data, but can provide possible reasons. ACN could have experienced a decline due to a variety of factors. Unfavorable financial results, such as missing earnings forecasts or reporting lower revenues, may be a direct cause. Equally, negative announcements related to the company's operations, products, or management could discourage investors. Global events such as economic downturns, geopolitical tensions, or industry-specific problems could also impact investor sentiment. Additionally, negative analyst ratings or a bearish market trend can contribute to a stock price decline. It is important to review the specific conditions pertaining to ACN to understand the exact cause.